Hey everyone! Alright, so I wanted to, like I said, I was going to do another little video on OHSS, and I kind of like skipped over our whole egg retrieval procedure, so I want to just like back up a little bit and go into that. So, like I said earlier, we had that on a Sunday morning. We got there in the morning, they had to give us like the key code to the building and everything like that, so you get in because obviously it was a Sunday and nobody was there. So, we went in, and I was just trying to be like, stay calm and relaxed, where I would just recommend just wear something comfy, something that you're comfortable in. Maybe even like bring a blanket for afterwards if you want to, or something like that. They put you underneath heavy sedation. Well, they did this one intravenously, so just through your arm, and they obviously had an anesthesiologist there, and they make you all comfortable. You're in a gown. The anesthesiologist gives you your medication, and I was like out, like so fast. I don't even remember, like, I don't know, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll try and count down or something like that. It was like going in, I was like gone, just gone. So they did the egg retrieval. Like I said, when you have PCOS, you have like tons and tons and tons of follicles. So you will be a lot more uncomfortable, unfortunately, than someone who doesn't have as many follicles. So there's like there's good and bad to it. But just think of all the eggs you'll get. So that's really exciting. And so just more chances. Your ovaries are literally like, they're sagging down to the side. So what they do is they go in like with the needle through the vaginal wall and like into your ovary, and they suck out the eggs through the follicles. And so that's pretty much like a quick little version of what they do. I was wondering, like, well, how long is this procedure going to take? Is it like 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? And he said it really varies by person to person, because like even with your estradiol level, like, because like I said earlier, mine was going like so high, like, and I was asking, well, what's a normal value? And everybody's different. I mean, they had people where my doctor said they've even gone through this, and they did the egg retrieval, they like hardly got any eggs out, but none of them even made it. And so people who don't have as many eggs, their estradiol level is a lot, I guess it's just lower, because the more of those eggs that you have, the more estrogen that they're producing, so obviously the higher that your levels are going to be. Our procedure ended up taking about an hour. Our doctor, the nurse, a nurse, and the anesthesiologist. So it's just those three people and myself in the room while they were doing the actual procedure. And then, so like I remember the anesthesiologist, last thing I remember is the anesthesiologist giving me the medication into my IV, and then all of a sudden I am waking up. I do remember the first thing I asked, I was like, how many eggs did they get out? Because I was just hoping for just as many as we could. And so, Dustin's like, oh, they got 40 eggs, And did I ask you more than once? Was I like in, yeah, I was kind of like out of it, I don't know. I was in the recovery room, I don't know how long, half hour, maybe, something around there, maybe a little bit longer. And so then once we felt good enough, then they wheelchaired me out. Dustin went and got the car. I still felt like very, very full. Like, I don't know, that's like the best way to describe it. Like full, like not in my like stomach, but as in like my uterus, ovary area, like that. And so with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, you have like all those follicles will fill up with fluid. So normally like when an egg is released, and then the follicle will just kind of like, I don't know, shrivel up and go away. But with PCOS, your follicles fill up with fluid. And so our ovaries are naturally like way bigger than other people's ovaries, just because there's so many follicles inside, and those follicles fill up with fluid, which they call fluid-filled cysts. So with those cysts, there's a lot of them in there, and they took out, like I said, our doctor took out 40 eggs. So I was at a pretty high risk for OHSS syndrome.